This is an Ozarks First severe weather update.
All right, breaking into program because we do have a new tornado warning that was just issued. This is for the Harrison area. This is for northern Boone County that extends into northwestern Marion County. That is a tornado warning that was just issued. This portion of the line is what we're watching, and the circulation that's prompting the tornado warning, that runs, and by the way, that runs for another 48 minutes. Or roughly before, it should end a little bit before 5 o'clock. That little nub right here, this is what the tornado warning is getting based off of. So this is radar indicated. We haven't had any sightings of a tornado touchdown, but looks like we may have a developing circulation that is just to the west-northwest of Harrison. I believe it was tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. So just like we've seen throughout this afternoon, very fast-moving thunderstorms. If you are watching from Boone County, Marion County at this moment, this is going to be the track that this circulation takes. And it should stay to the north of Harrison, but Alpena should be there within minutes. May move very close to the Bergman area, just north of Bergman, I would say 15 to 20 minutes from now. And if the circulation maintains itself, then we should see that circulation up near Diamond City in about maybe just under a half an hour, or roughly at 4:26 this afternoon. So that's what we're looking at. As we scope this out, let's see if that pops out. And you can see there is this hint of a circulation right here. That is very close to the Huff area. It looks like it's located just east of Green Forest. Should be on the east side of the county line, very close to Highway 62. Highway 62 runs from Green Forest east across Huff into western Boone County. And it looks like, again, that circulation very close to Highway 62, just to the east of Huff. Looks like the circulation may be right on top of the county line, tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. Looking at that one location in particular, that is the Alpena area. If you live in and around Alpena, maybe south down Cemetery Road, running south out of Alpena, that is roughly where this possible tornado is located. Again, this is radar indicated. That circulation, though, strong enough now where it's prompting a tornado warning. And again, that tornado warning runs from Alpena east across Bergman up toward the Diamond City area. The circulation tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. Looks like, again, it's located right on top of the county line, very close to Highway 62. I would say that it's going to move across Highway 65 in under 10 minutes, certainly. I think the circulation will track northwest of Harrison. So again, circulation located roughly here, very close to Alpena. This is Harrison down to the southeast. So I think the circulation is going to stay north and northwest of Harrison, tracking across Highway 62, and then it will make its way across Highway 65 over the next 5 to 10 minutes. So especially if you live in western Boone County, northwest of Harrison, this is the time where you need to take action for the possibility of a tornado. Now, there are some communities that are going to be roughly in the path of this possible tornado. East of Alpena, we have Little Arkansas, east over toward Francis, north up Highway 65, Ridgeway, Prosperity. These are all some smaller communities that are going to be roughly in the path of this possible tornado. And again, that circulation right now appears to be right on top of Alpena, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. If you live west of Alpena across Carroll County, it looks like the tornado threat with this line is really ending. Now that the line is starting to push east out of Carroll County. So certainly back toward Berryville, Eureka Springs, the severe weather threat has ended for your area. Severe weather threat, though, is increasing right now for areas from Omaha south to Harrison and east over toward Diamond City, where we have that tornado warning. And again, that tornado warning runs for another 43 minutes. That'll take us to 4:45 this afternoon. So tornado warning in effect for northern Boone County into northwestern Marion County. That is for the next 43 minutes or through 4:45 this afternoon. It looks like that circulation is located right on top of Alpena, very close to Alpena. It is east of Huff. west of Little Arkansas, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. There have been other circulations that we've watched this afternoon. We had a fairly strong one that moved out of Jasper County earlier this afternoon, moved across Carl Junction area. Apparently some damage occurred with that circulation in Carl Junction. That circulation has since weakened. It has made its way all the way through Cedar, St. Clair, and now into Benton County. There is no tornado threat with that circulation at this time. You can see how the line of severe storms extends south across Hickory County. This is Highway 65. So roughly along Highway 65, we have that line of severe storms extending south down through Branson to west of Harrison. And near Alpena is where we have a circulation which has developed. And I'm going to switch this over to our velocity data and see if that stands out a little bit better for us. You can see the wind shift along Highway 65. As we zoom in, this is the data right here looks a little bit old, but looking at that, again, you can see maybe it looks like, again, that circulation is very close to Alpena. It's not very tight. I mean, a lot of times what you want to see is the blue right next to a pocket of bright green. That would indicate maybe a stronger circulation under this scenario. At this stage, not seeing that. I'm going to go to a different product. It's called storm relative velocity. Sometimes when these storms are fast moving like they are, that can mask where the circulation is. And looking at this, near the Alpena area, even when you look at storm relative velocity, I'm not seeing a very strong signature on radar. I'm going to back this up, see what this has looked like. You can see it. This was at 354 Green Forest. Maybe more of a circulation at that time. There in eastern Carroll County. And then at that point, it tracked up toward Alpena, and it looks like it's very close to maybe just northeast of Alpena at this time. Going back to our single site radar data, that little nub right there, you can see it. That little nub right there, that can sometimes be a tell. If other means aren't working, sometimes when you see that nub on a line of severe thunderstorms, that's a tell that you may have a developing tornado. That's going to be a spot that's suspect. And that is very close to the Alpena area. So I would guess that our tornado risk within this tornado warning right now is focused around Alpena. And then from there, it looks like it will track northeast across Boone County. So I'm gonna put this into motion, and you can see that little nub kind of taking shape right there. So that's going to continue to track in this fashion, generally toward the Diamond City area. So I think that the tornado risk that we're watching will stay to the north of Harrison. It will probably move across areas like Prosperity and Ridgeway, maybe get close to Francis. These are all small communities along Highway 65. That circulation, I think, will probably cross Highway 65 in under 5 minutes and may get pretty close to the Omaha area, maybe just south of Omaha. Getting a new radar scan in, I'm still not seeing anything that just screams, hey, we've got a tornado on the ground, but the tornado warning does remain in effect for northern Boone County into northwestern Marion County. This is the only tornado warning that we have at this time along this line of severe storms. Along that line of severe storms, though, I mean, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings from north of Warsaw through Springfield, Branson, all the way down into Arkansas. Those warnings, basically what we're highlighting is a risk for damaging straight line winds of maybe 60 to 70 miles per hour. Also, we're going to be watching along that line for little eddies like we have right now in western Boone County, little eddies that may prompt tornado warnings where you can get at least brief tornado touchdowns. So that is really what we're going to be watching for. Right now, it looks like that circulation that we're tracking in Boone County is northwest of Harrison. As we zoom back in, it looks like it's pretty close, I think, to that intersection of Highway 62, where 62 runs in from the west and hits Highway 65 north of Harrison. That circulation appears to be pretty close to Francis, Ridgeway, Prosperity. I think at the very least, blinding rainfall coming into your area right now. You're probably going to see those winds really ramp up, and there is going to be that possibility of a tornado. Again, that's why a tornado warning was issued, because we're still able to see at least a loose circulation with that part of the line located right about in there. So I think the tornado threat has now ended in Alpena, but it is approaching areas to the south of Omaha along Highway 65. With its fast movement, you don't have a lot of time to prepare yourself for that tornado. Go ahead, Matt.
I want to let you know, we have a camera in the Omaha area. If we can pull that up on the web computer, this is over by Cricket Creek. So this is roughly where that circulation is kind of right now. So you can see the heavy rain. I wish this camera, oh, that looked like a good lightning strike as well. I wish this camera would point more towards the sky, and we could see that a little bit more and kind of see what's happening into that area. But it is coming down very well into the Omaha area.
You can see, and look at the ponding on the roadway there.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, we were talking earlier online about if you're leaving the house, maybe you've been at your family's for celebrating Easter, you're leaving your house. If you can hold off and wait until this line of severe storms passes your area, that may be for the best, because this line of severe storms is producing
another tornado warning, Jamie.
Okay, where's that
that
located?
is further to the north. It is going to be in Dallas and Polk County.
Okay, so
this is 2 tornado warnings at this time. The other one is further up to the north.
So new tornado warning just issued. This is for parts of Polk and Dallas County. This is for areas east of Bolivar, but it does include the tornado warning is in effect for areas from halfway east through Buffalo, and also for the Lewisburg area south down toward Goodnight and Pleasant Hope. This does include southeastern Polk County, as well as southwestern sections or southern sections of Dallas County. So if you're watching from the halfway area or from the Buffalo area, you are now under a tornado warning. Tornado warned storm is moving into southern Dallas County. It's moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. So with that sort of speed, you don't have much time to take action. If you live in and around Buffalo, up toward Lewisburg, south down 65, east of Goodnight, take action immediately. Possible tornado moving into your area. Just looking at this, I'm going to swap this out. You can see we were talking about these little nubs. Here's Buffalo, halfway. See that little nub right there? That's what we're watching for. And I'm gonna put the scope on and see what this guy looks like when we do that. And you can see, and this isn't the best product under the circumstances because these storms are moving so fast, but that's the circulation right in there that we're watching. That's southeast of halfway to the southwest of Buffalo. It is moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. So it looks like it will track through the Buffalo area in under 10 minutes. And I'll track it out for you.
Those winds, Jamie, if I can say, those winds, Jamie, 70 miles per hour, that's what our radar product is estimating. So we're concerned about those winds tightening up and forming a tornado, but even if they don't tighten up, you're getting 70 mile per hour winds. That's tornadic wind speeds that are moving into the Buffalo area.
So this is just plotting out where the circulation is now, where it's going to be. What we're going to find is that circulation is going to track through Buffalo in under 10 minutes. So if we can switch back over to Max 1, we'll be able to show viewers what we're talking about. It looks like that circulation will be in the Buffalo area in under 10 minutes. So circulation's here. Buffalo area in under 10 minutes. Would be near Windyville in under 20 minutes. And then would be in areas up toward Herrick Ford in about 25 to 30 minutes. So watching 2 tornado warned storms within this line of severe storms. One is currently located, this is one circulation that we're watching right here to the southwest of Buffalo. The other circulation that we're watching is to the south in Boone County. And again, just like we were pointing out with the more northerly tornado warned storm, you can see that little nub here to the south of Omaha. That's kind of an indicator of a possible circulation that may be tornadic within that line. Looks like we may have another little nub to the south of there, down 65. So I'm gonna go to a different radar view and see what I'm seeing in that area. So at this point in Omaha south down 65, I'm not seeing a tight circulation. Now the tornado warning does remain in effect. So please continue to be in your, remain in your tornado safe space. What do we mean by that? That can be in an interior room in your home. That can be preferably like a bathroom, one that does not have windows. If you have a tornado shelter, best to be there. If you have a basement, get into your basement or whatever is the lowest level of your home. That's where you want to be in order to kind of protect yourself from this potential tornado that is currently moving across northern Boone County. Again, I'm not seeing a strong circulation, but there has been evidence of circulation sort of coming and going within that part of the line, and a tornado warning does remain in effect, again, for northern Boone County into northwestern Marion County. That is through 4:45 this afternoon. Now I'm going to go back to the north along Highway 65 here. The tornado threat with the more northerly storm has now shifted out of southeastern Polk County. So if you're watching from halfway down toward Pleasant Hope, the tornado threat has ended in your communities, but it remains in Dallas County, particularly in the Buffalo area. That is where we are seeing, that's where we're seeing the highest chance for a circulation, a tornadic circulation to move through. It looks like that circulation is currently right on top of the county line, just to the southwest of Buffalo, and it's tracking northeast. That's why we're concerned about Buffalo. That circulation tracking northeast toward Buffalo at 60 miles per hour. So if you're watching from in or around Buffalo, please get into your tornado safe space as the storm moves through your areas over the next 5 to 10 minutes. It's a fast-moving storm. It will not last very long. At the very least, very heavy rainfall, lightning. The winds are going to ramp up regardless of if there's a tornado or not. You're going to have very strong winds with this line as it moves through. And again, we want to protect you from the possibility of a tornado as well.
If we can flip it over to Max 2, I have the quad box pulled up, and it really gives a picture of what's going on. You can see in Springfield, it is pouring down right now. It is probably the worst it's going to be all day in Springfield is what we're currently getting. Not concerned about anything tornadic in Springfield, but look what's happening in Joplin. The skies are starting to clear. They're on the backside of this cold front. They're on the backside of this line of thunderstorms. They got it a little more than an hour ago, and they're done with rain chances. So Rolla hasn't gotten it. You can still see those kind of overcast skies. It is coming down in Springfield right now. Not concerned about anything tornadic in the Springfield area, in the Nixa area, in the Republic area. Really that kind of line of thunderstorms is pushing through right now. It's places that are to the east of this line that still have to get through all this active weather. We're concerned about that rotation getting closer into Buffalo. We're concerned about also some rotation that's happening into northern Arkansas. It's a very intense, I would say, what, Jamie, 15, 20 minutes of a storm that you have to get to. It packs one punch. Then once you're through it, you're really done for the night. So kind of areas we're concerned about is really along Highway 63, east of Highway 63, where this is going to really progress down the line over the coming hours.
And right now, the circulation with the Dallas County storm, that circulation appears to be right on top of Buffalo. I think it looks like it's kind of centered right on the southeastern edge of town. So here's Buffalo. We have Maple Street, Spruce Court, South Spruce Court off to the west, East Main Street running east out of Buffalo. This is approximately where I think if there's a tornado trying to develop, that's where it would be. This is just southeast of downtown Buffalo, but it looks like it is on the at least southeastern edge of town there.
Take a look at CC for a second. I think I want to get another scan up, but there is starting to get something interesting there.
Okay.
Over in Buffalo, that area. Yep, you see that?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's yeah. I mean, we're not looking at hail contamination. We're not getting much hail out of this. So Matt may be onto something. Let me see if I can switch that over. This is kind of our debris product, and you can see that that pocket of blue. Of course, we're on Max 2 right now, but so Matt's focusing in. They're east of Buffalo. That may be, and we haven't gotten confirmation from the Weather Service, but
no, I haven't.
That may be a debris signature. Just kind of going back, trying to take this back a few
They said
frames.
they're monitoring this. They don't have enough to.
Yeah.
They don't want to call this confirmed at this time. They're looking at the same thing we are, and they're curious how this is going to progress.
I will say, Matt. I mean, it does correlate with the circulation. I mean, that debris signature is right exactly where
it's not hail contamination
the
either.
circulation is. Yeah, I'm trying to get, we have a product that can show you where rotation is, and for whatever reason, it's not wanting to show up right now, but sometimes when there's a lot of data trying to be acquired by our computers, that can be a little slow. So I'm going to let that sit. But right now, it looks like that circulation, this is Buffalo, it looks like that circulation is moving across the southeast side of Buffalo, and appears to be, yeah, I'm not seeing the same debris signature that we
no,
I'm
and
not
it's kind
seeing
of
that
ahead
same,
of
I don't want to
the
say debris
storms.
signature yet, because we don't have confirmation yet. But
it's kind of ahead of where these storms will be too. So that makes me think that maybe that is not a kind of debris ball. So that is, the next scan looks better. You know, that is a big improvement. So we're having more clarity on that.
And sometimes, you know, sometimes this isn't exact. You know, you kind of have to, you kind of have to take all of the information, and from that information try to decide, you know, am I seeing enough where we can say that yes, there is a tornado that has touched down? Because we have not gotten any confirmation from people. We don't have any sightings of a tornado, but you know, it looked like maybe we had something that had tried to touch down there to the south of Buffalo, moving across the southeast side of Buffalo. We're looking at radar velocity right now. You can see Buffalo located right there. That's the possible tornado right there on Highway 32, east of Buffalo. It's moving very quickly, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. This data that I think I'm showing you right now is a little bit old. Based on what I can see, and I'm going to go back over to radar, just basic radar. Let's see if we can get that to update. But just looking at radar, it looks like that circulation is now located northeast of Buffalo. It looks like it's located roughly right there between Buffalo and Windyville. Windyville, if you're watching, the folks around Windyville, you're up next. Looks like this circulation is going to continue to track in your general direction. I would say areas from Windyville and on the west side of Windyville appears to be about where that circulation is going to track through. Again, still seeing evidence of a circulation on radar, and I think that tornado warning is going to continue for those areas in central Dallas County. You can see that little kink, that little nub. So here's our line, and then we've got this little nub right there, and then it continues on to the south. Where we see these little nubs this afternoon going into this evening, those are going to be the more suspect areas for possible tornado development. And that's why we have the one tornado warning here in Dallas County, and we have another tornado warned storm. Let's see if it remains tornado warned. It does, for northern Boone County into northwestern Marion County. I will say that part of the line looks pretty messy. I'm not seeing, what I see is more of what we call a shear axis. So I'll put this back on our velocity data, and what we're seeing is more of a shear axis. We don't see a strong focused area of different wind directions that would indicate that we have a tornadic circulation. We have more of a wind shift. Very strong winds here, lighter winds on the backside. So that circulation, you know, it's not jumping out at us. It looks like if there is still something there.
Just to the north, Christian County, Taney County, Douglas County, just to the north.
Just to the north. So let's focus on that one. That's the new one.
Let me get the details on that for you.
Yeah.
That is going northeast at 55 miles per hour. Northeast at 55.
So yeah, so we're kind of highlighting that area. We're still looking at velocity data right here, and it appears that this is what they're warning. Just to the west-northwest of Taneyville, if we can switch back over to Max 1, to the west-northwest of Taneyville, right there, that appears to be what they're warning for. There appears to be a bit of a circulation just to the west-northwest of Taneyville, tracking northeast in the general direction of Garrison. So that circulation is still, at this moment, south of Christian County, still located in northern Taney County, just to the west-northwest of Taneyville. And Matt, you mentioned the speed on that.
Northeast at 55? Let me double check.
Northeast at 55
Northeast
miles
at
per
55.
hour. So very fast moving. Again, looking at radar right now, this data that I'm showing you may be a touch old. I'll clear that out. Looks like that circulation is now located right about there now, to the north of Taneyville. So I think residents in Taneyville, I think the tornado risk is going to stay just to your north. Looks like that circulation is now located just north of Taneyville. I would put it, let's kind of look at that. Looks like that's roughly maybe 2 to 3 miles north of Taneyville. So residents in and around Taneyville, I think that we're going to be able to keep that tornado threat just outside of your area. But if you live roughly 2 to 3 miles north of Taneyville, that's approximately where the circulation is right now. So again, we have several tornado warned storms within this line of severe thunderstorms. We have one in Dallas County, and kind of broadening out that view, it's a little bit messy, and I apologize for that. Here's Dallas County right here. We have a tornado warned storm that is now northeast of Buffalo. We have another circulation located near Taneyville. This is northeast of Branson, so we're not looking at a tornado threat in the Branson area or Branson West. You're now on the west side of this line of severe storms. But Taneyville, northeast into eastern Christian County, western Douglas County, it looks like as far east as Ava, that's the latest tornado warning that's been issued. We also have a tornado warning that remains in effect for northern Boone County into northwestern Marion County. Now, I will say that southernmost warning, I'm not seeing much evidence of a circulation. I do see circulations associated with the warning in Dallas County and also the one in Taney County. So I'm going to focus my attention on those two spots. Let's go back up to Dallas County. And when we look at Dallas County, again, nothing really jumps out, but as we go back to radar, you can still see that little kink right in there, that little nub just to the southwest of Windyville. So this appears to be where we have a risk of a tornado right about in there. That's going to track northeast across the Windyville area. The other pocket that we're watching is further south down into coming out of Taney County. And looks like that circulation is now located, I would say it's east of Garrison. Here, we'll zoom in. That circulation located roughly right about there where the pointer is. So that is, I'm going to go to a different radar view and kind of talk about some of the streets in the vicinity of that circulation. And I think that may be one of the stronger circulations right now that I can see. Let's see if this will update. Nope, I lost that view. But that circulation appears to be pretty close to Prairie Dog Road, Swadley. These are some roads that are east of Garrison where that circulation is currently located. So we have a couple of, and you can still see that little nub right in there. That circulation again located just north. Let's see if we can zoom in. Just to the north of Highway 125, and moving this around. So here's Garrison. This is Highway 125 running south into Garrison, and then east away from Garrison, circulation appears to be to the north of Highway 125, east of Garrison, moving northeast, roughly in the direction of, let's see if we can broaden this out, Old Merritt. Red Bank. These would be some communities in the general direction of that circulation. I'm going to try to pull up a different radar site. It went down on me, so I can see if I can get that back up. That circulation right now is located still to the southwest of Merritt, or Old Merritt. Looks like it's pretty close to UU Highway. I think the community of Whitty appears to be just southeast of where that circulation is located. But folks in and around Old Merritt and Merritt, it looks like that circulation is going to be moving through your communities, and then from there up toward Red Bank and Arden. And I'll loop this. Again, these storms are moving so quickly to the northeast at 60 miles per hour that it's hard to really zoom in and show you what it looks like in close, because there's just so much information that you have to wade through before you get to where it's in your spot. So here comes that portion of the line. It's tracking northeast in this fashion. So it is now, you can see that little nub right there. It's now located north of Highway 125, east of Garrison. and it is tracking northeast. I believe it was 60 miles per hour. I can check the warning though real quick.
Northeast at 55.
55 miles per hour. Okay, good there. So looking at that, looks like this is what it's going to be tracking across over the next half an hour. I mean, there's a lot of ground that it's going to cover. Old Merritt should be moving through the Merritt and Old Merritt area in under 10 minutes. Would be up near Ongo at about 4:40 this afternoon. Would be up near Seymour, Highway 60. You can see Highway 60 running west-east here. Would be up near Seymour in about 25 to 30 minutes. Now, again, if you live in and around Seymour, Mansfield, you're not under a tornado warning, but the storm that is prompting that tornado warning is to your southwest, and it's quickly making its way right now across areas of eastern Christian County, and then it will clip northwestern Douglas County. Again, it looks like areas like Old Merritt and Merritt. That circulation will be near those areas in under 10 minutes, and near Ongo, or maybe a little east of Ongo, in about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Let me jump in here because I'm bringing good news. I love to interrupt you when it's good news. Tornado warning in Dallas County canceled. That has been taken down. So
Good.
We still
also
have
looks
that,
like in Boone County too.
So we just have that one tornado warning at this time. So we had 3 just a couple minutes ago. 2 have been taken down. It's circulations. They tighten up really quick, and then they also release really quick as well. So just that one tornado warning that you have plotted out, that's the only one we're tracking at this time. The other 2 have been canceled. They've been cleared off the board.
Good news there. We're still tracking, though, this circulation a little east-northeast of Garrison at this time. This is in easternmost or southeastern Christian County. It's located north of Highway 125, kind of zooming in to that location. So I'm going to pull this down. So there's Old Merritt, and that circulation looks to be located right about in here. It's not very strong, but there is definitely circulation there. That's between Garrison and Old Merritt, moving northeast to 55. It's still located west of UU Highway there in eastern Christian County. It is located east of Highway 125 or east of Garrison. Again, tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. So looks like the tornado threat is coming to an end in communities like Garrison. But for folks up near Merritt and Old Merritt, it will be increasing over the next 5 minutes. And then from there, areas up toward, I would say it'd be up near Red Bank and Arden in probably 10 to 15 minutes. These are fast-moving thunderstorms. Kind of going back to that wide view again, we'll put this in motion. This is an hour-long radar loop. And you can see that over the course of 1 hour, this line of severe storms clears about one county's width. So roughly a county, a north-south row of counties, it's able to clear those counties in about an hour's time. So that tells me we've got Webster, Wright, Texas, Shannon. I mean, we're looking at probably about 3, maybe 4 more hours of severe weather threat before this line of severe storms exits our area. Now, areas west of Highway 65, yes, there are a few showers, but the severe weather threat has ended. Places like Monette, Joplin, up towards Stockton, El Dorado Springs. El Dorado Springs was under a tornado warning earlier this afternoon. There's no more severe weather threat in your area. Further south, down toward Carroll County, into areas like Harrison. It looks like Harrison, you're under the gun right now. Severe storms moving through, but they'll move through quick, and then you will be done with the severe weather risk for this Easter evening. East of Highway 65, though, we've still got probably 2 to maybe as much as 4 more hours to get this line of severe storms fully through the area. And over this next 2 to 4 hours, we're probably going to have pockets of wind damage and also the risk of at least brief tornadoes. I think that's what we're kind of seeing now this afternoon. We're seeing these circulations quickly come and then they go. And with this type of environment, a lot of times you're not going to get a lot of lead time. So we may have a developing tornado, the warning gets issued for your area, and you just don't have much time to react. So when the warning is issued, if it's issued for your area, please take action immediately. Find that tornado safe space and and get there and ride out that storm. I'm going to pause this. Let's again focus in on the tornado warning in eastern Christian County, western Douglas County. It looks like the tornado threat has now exited out of Christian County. So areas from Garrison north up across eastern Christian County, it looks like the tornado threat has ended. So folks maybe up towards, say, Sparta, Oldfield, Elkhead, Keltner, you guys are all in the clear. I mean, the tornado threat has shifted east of your areas, but that tornado threat remains. In fact, what I've seen, I'm going to zoom in on this guy. I've seen that circulation, it's small, but I've seen it kind of tighten up there, very close to the Old Merritt Road or Old Merritt area. So that's the circulation right there on top of State Highway T, very close to Merritt. That's where that circulation is currently. Looks like it looks like it's right on top of the Old Merritt area. Right there along Highway T. So this is Highway T, kind of runs down into Old Merritt, then east over toward Merritt, and then continues off to the east. This is roughly where that circulation is showing up still on radar, in that area. Areas south of there, I think the tornado risk is starting to wane, just south of Highway T, but it will continue for at least the next 5 minutes up towards the Red Bank area. It looks like areas between Old Merritt and Merritt and Red Bank, this is the corridor that this possible tornado is going to be moving through over the next 5 or 10 minutes. Again, right now that circulation appears to be very close to Highway T, and that should make its way up again toward Red Bank. We'll go ahead and not only scope that out, we just did that. Let's go ahead and broaden this back out, and we'll track it again for you. So circulation about right there, and it's tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. Again, we ran out of room, so we're going to have to broaden out the view just a little bit. These are fast-moving thunderstorms. They cover a lot of ground in a short period of time. So here, this is approximately, I ran out of room again, but this will give you a general idea. It looks like Arden should be near Arden in under 10 minutes. Near Tigris in under 15 minutes. And you can see from there, this is western Douglas County. It looks like it'll be crossing out of western Douglas County. That would be into southern sections of Webster and Wright counties. Looks like that would happen in about 15 or 20 minutes. So we don't have a tornado warning at this time for areas here south of Highway 60 across Webster or Wright County. That could change. Just depends on whether or not the circulation strengthens or weakens. Right now that circulation appears to be still pretty focused. This is just to the west of Red Bank. That's where I'm seeing it. Let's zoom in. Hopefully that'll pop in for me. As we zoom in, we can see Highway 76 off to the east. There's Old Merritt and Red Bank, and this data looks a little bit old, but, so here's Red Bank. Circulation appears to be located right about in here. That is just to the northeast of Merritt and west of Red Bank. Not much to the west, though. I would put it, let's see here. That circulation appears to be, trying to find my data for that. About 2 miles. It looks like it's about 2 miles, maybe under 2 miles to the west-northwest of Red Bank is approximately where that circulation is located at this time. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and scope this out again, see if we've got some new data that we can show you.
Jamie,
go ahead.
We can flip that back to Max 2. I really want to show just how things have progressed on the quad box, where in Springfield, wow. You looked at the tower cam, 15 minutes ago? You couldn't see anything. It was just blinding rainfall coming down consistently, and now we got the rain to stop. We're even starting to see some sunshine really far off into the distance, and it looks beautiful in West Plains. Once you're on the back side of this cold front, look at the box in Springfield, look at the box at West Plains. This is what you're going to be treated to. It's nicer weather, but it is a very intense burst with this thunderstorm that has potential in some places where you get that rotation where we can have that tornado threat forming as well. But really just wanted to show how things have progressed in Springfield. It went from a monsoon with fast winds, heavy rain to now it's starting to really clear up.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is a fast-hitting storm system. Good news, because we have not had fast-hitting storms over the last couple of days. I mean, they've been coming in waves. We can't get these things out fast enough. Beautiful view there in west of Joplin, and again, you can see the developing sunshine west of Springfield. I bet if we swap that view around in Springfield and look off to the east as opposed to the west, I bet it is ugly looking. I can tell you right now, viewers in Douglas County, western Douglas County in particular, still looks like we've got a circulation that could be generating a tornado west of Ava. Now, I think that tornado risk will stay to the west of Ava. Ava not under the tornado warning, but it's very close. Looks like that circulation will stay just to the west of Ava, continue to track northeast across really a very rural section of Douglas County. Just kind of swapping views, just wanted to see communities that would be in the vicinity of where that circulation is. It looks like the circulation is southwest of Arden still, so we have O Highway, which runs north-south through Arden. Looks like that circulation is still a little southwest of Arden, but not by much. I'd put it maybe at about, just looking at this, maybe 2.25 miles to the southwest of Arden. So I mean, it's moving northeast 55 miles per hour. It's going to cover that ground very quickly. So my guess is that circulation is probably getting into Arden right now. So areas along O Highway near Arden, that's approximately where that circulation is at this moment.
Jamie, I do want to mention new tornado warning on the fringe of our viewing area over into really just north of Versailles into Morgan County. That is a tornado warning. I know we have some viewers that are up at the lake as well. So really north of Versailles, this is really on that far extent of kind of where our TV coverage goes, but this is a tornado warning for kind of that Boeing segment with those fast winds as well. So we now have two kind of tornado warnings we have to keep an eye on.
Yep, so yeah, northern Morgan County, that is just north of Versailles. That's that part of the line right there. This is, we were talking about this earlier, sections of the line that get oriented more northwest to southeast. There's a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere, and it's generally coming in out of the southwest like this. And where we get sections of the line of thunderstorms that get oriented more in this fashion, well, that wind energy is able to get really tapped into and get sent down to the surface. That can generate damaging straight line winds, and that can also lead to these quick spin-ups that we'll sometimes find with squall lines. So again, a new tornado warning, as Matt mentioned, for northern Morgan County. That will make, it looks like it's already, in fact, it looks like it's now northeast of Fortuna. We just got a new scan in. So it's this part of the line that has been warned for the tornado. It looks like that has now made its way out of northern Morgan County and continues now to track away from Versailles. It's now located pretty close to Fortuna, moving northeast away from Fortuna. So with that, I do want to kind of focus in again on what's going on in Douglas County. That nub is still very apparent. This is you can see that nub right there. This is what we're watching for. Sometimes when we get these squall lines, that sometimes is the only evidence that you have a tornado trying to develop. And even though they may be brief and they may be rather shallow in nature, they can still create damage. Typically it's weaker or lower end EF damage, but still you can get damage, and that's what we're watching for with that particular portion of the line moving across western Douglas County. That tornado threat should stay safely northwest of Ava. Looks like it is getting ready to cross Highway 14. I'm going to go to a different radar view and see what it looks like. It looks like that circulation is right on top of Arden, maybe just north of Arden at this time. Kind of zooming in. I'll go ahead and scope this and see if we're getting some data there. You can see roughly right in, this is what we're watching for, right about in there. So we'll clear that out. Like right about in there. That's approximately where it looks like we might have a tornado, right about in there. Again, this is all just based on radar. We're not seeing any evidence that something has touched down, but it looks like that circulation is approaching Tigris approaching Highway 14 right now from the southwest. Circulation appears to be now northeast of Arden, or roughly between Arden and Tigris, or between O Highway and Highway 14, moving northeast at about 55 miles per hour. So just kind of zooming in on this map, hoping I can get some roads to pop in for me. This is a very rural area of western Douglas County. Some of the next roads that would potentially be in line: County Road 0-535, another road running south out of Highway 14, County Road 14-535, running south out of Highway 14 away from Tigris. That's pretty close to where that circulation is right now, tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour.
Jamie, I think it was about 10 minutes ago, you're talking about that circulation was over kind of the Red Bridge area. I hear a report now of a tree that's kind of down across the road into that area. So haven't heard any damage beyond trees kind of knocked down over the road, but definitely these fast winds are causing impacts with this, and we still have the circulation that is trying to form, trying to produce a tornado.
And we have a couple more minutes on that warning, so we're coming up.
2 more minutes on the warning, yeah. And I haven't heard anything from the National Weather Service if they plan to push this downstream, if they plan to let this expire. So that will be interesting to see in just a couple minutes.
And if they do, it would likely go into effect for areas from Seymour east to Mansfield, that stretch there along Highway 60 between Seymour and Mansfield. That's roughly where that circulation is going to be moving through in about the next 5 or 10 minutes. So if they are going to issue a tornado warning for that circulation, they're probably going to do that here very, very shortly. So we're going to stay with this, and we may stay with this for a minute or two beyond the cutoff time for the warning, just to play it safe. Just kind of wanted to see what else might be out there. We're going back to what we're looking at are the winds, and you can see that little circulation there to the west of Ava. We can see that looking. Yep, looks like they did issue the tornado warning. That is for areas between Seymour and Mansfield along Highway 60. That extends north across the Hartville area, still tracking again a circulation that is northwest of Ava, very close to Highway 14 at this moment, tracking northeast. Looks like it will be crossing Highway 60 in about 10 minutes. So new tornado warning just issued.
This is still going 55 miles per hour to the northeast, and I want to mention the rain is coming down very hard. We saw the rain on the tower cam in Springfield when we were getting this. This is going to be a rain-wrapped tornado. You will not be able to see this thing coming. You will not know that the tornado is there until you start seeing really debris flying and you get the fast winds when it's on top of you. It is pouring down rain in this area with this circulation that's also taking place.
And that circulation right now appears to be between Tigris and Grenada. So it's still on the Douglas County side of the state line. It is, I think it's just north of Highway 14. And Matt said tracking northeast at 55. So
55.
This is roughly the ground that it's going to cover. So again, it's located just north of Highway 14. It's going to be tracking northeast. So here's the county line. Will make its way across the county line into southeastern Webster County in about 5 minutes. And then from there, it should cross out of Webster County into Wright County in under 10 minutes. That's about the time, too, that it will cross Highway 60, under 10 minutes. And it looks like it'll do so pretty close to the Webster-Wright County line. From there, it will track across Wright County. Should be in the vicinity. I think it may stay just a little east of Jericho, but in the vicinity of Jericho in under 15 minutes, or roughly should be there by about 4:57. Way downstream, areas like Hartville and Boyer, looks like it would be in the vicinity of those communities in about 25 minutes from now, or roughly a little after 5 o'clock this afternoon. So again, if you're just joining us, new tornado warning issued for Douglas County north across Webster and Wright County. So that's the change. We've extended that tornado warning north across Webster and Wright County. Looks like the circulation now is located north of Highway 14 between Tigris and Grenada, maybe a little west of Grenada, and still a little south of the county line. I do expect that circulation to cross the county line in under 5 minutes and then cross the Webster-Wright County line near Highway 60 in about 8 minutes time from now. This is a fast-moving circulation. There has been some reporting that maybe there's been a little bit of damage, like tree damage associated with that particular storm. Outside of that, we don't have any verification. This is a radar-indicated tornado. That's what we've had really throughout this afternoon, these circulations which are showing up from time to time along the length of this line of severe storms, and then that'll prompt a tornado warning. This is the one circulation at this moment that really stands out. So this is the only tornado-warned storm or portion of the line that we have at this stage. Now, in addition to the risk of tornadoes, we still have a risk of damaging straight-line winds with this line of severe storms. I mean, this line of severe storms extends from I-70 all the way south. And you can see once you get down into the Little Rock area, we've got basically a little sequence of tornado-warned storms to the west of Little Rock. So these are more isolated in nature. These are probably going to be more prone to produce tornadoes and also more prone to produce stronger tornadoes. The line that's moving through our area right now, it's more of a solid line. And when you get a solid line of severe thunderstorms, that tends to cut down a little bit on that stronger tornado risk, but you can still get what are typically brief, lower-end EF tornadoes that can develop. And that's what we've seen, I think, throughout this afternoon. And this portion of the line are these quick spin-ups that are trying to show up, and then they kind of fade away. Looking at the severe weather risk, looks like for viewers along and west of Highway 65, the severe weather risk has come to an end. That line of severe storms is now east of Highway 65 for the most part. And we just got a new tornado warning, Matt. This tornado warning is for areas north of Highway 60. This is a new tornado warning. This is for areas along Highway, there you can see in the High Prairie area, Highway 38, it looks like, running west-east through High Prairie. New tornado warning just issued. That portion of the line also moving very quickly northeast at 55 miles per hour. So this new warning impacts areas north of the old warning. So this is for areas of northern Webster County into, let's see, just looking at this, northern Webster, northern Wright into southern Laclede County. So we now have two areas that we're watching for possible tornadoes. We have one to the southeast of Seymour, and then we have a new area that we're watching east of Marshfield. So two potentially tornadic circulations that we're tracking right now east of Springfield. We're going to switch this back over to our velocity data. Again, there are a couple of different areas that we're watching. This is the new one. And you can see that circulation there just to the west-northwest of Hartville. That one, again, located north of Highway 38, pretty close to, let me see if I can get some other roads to pop in for me. This is north of High Prairie, very close to Bracken, southeast of Bracken, it looks like. That circulation appears to be pretty close to JJ Highway, where JJ Highway intersects DD Highway east of Bracken. So that is roughly, you can see right in here. So JJ Highway, this is the circulation that we're watching there. That is, again, north of High Prairie, east of Bracken, still south of Susanna, tracking northeast. That's going to keep it over primarily rural Webster and Wright counties and then bring it into southern sections of Laclede County. So I'm going to go ahead and broaden this out. We'll track this out and see what kind of communities it's going to be moving through. So roughly in that fashion, I'm going to have to broaden out that view again, not giving myself enough room. So this is the area that, this is the ground that this circulation is probably going to cover over the next half an hour, right across that area. So Raider, 5:01 this afternoon, or just after 5. That circulation will probably be pretty close to Raider. Evergreen in under 20 minutes. I think it's going to stay to the east of Lebanon, but if you're watching from Lebanon, especially east of Lebanon over toward Falcon, look for that circulation to be in your vicinity That would be in about 25 minutes time. So again, 2 tornadic circulations that we're watching. One is north of High Prairie. This is east of Marshfield. That's the latest one. And we're also still watching the circulation to the south. That is to the west of Mansfield. So that circulation getting very close to Cedar Gap. It looks like it is now out of Douglas County. So Douglas County residents that had been under a tornado warning, you're in the clear now. It looks like the tornado threat, though, continues between Seymour and Mansfield along Highway 60. In fact, it looks like that circulation is crossing Highway 60 about this time. And then from there, it will track northeast roughly in the direction of Hartville. Matt was trying to get us set up with...
If we can take that web shot, we have a storm chaser, Brian Dupree, who is on Seymour, I believe in Highway 60. This is what he's looking at right now. We're trying to get a hold of him. We want to get a live interview of what he's seen because he's in this area. But this is him on Highway 60. Last I heard, in the Seymour area. Looks like he's headed east out there. The rain has started to let up where he is. It was just pouring down about a couple minutes ago when I last looked at this, where you could barely see just what he was driving down on the road now. It's starting to let up just a bit, and we're going to try to set up an interview with him so we can kind of hear what he's been seeing. I imagine winds have been very fast. It has been blinding rain. So we have a storm chaser in this area who's kind of tracking it for us. Once again, that's Brian Dupree. You can kind of watch his live stream there if you go to livestormchasing.com. /Brian Dupree. You can see his live feed. We'll do an interview with him very shortly, though, Jamie.
That's good news. Yeah, so he's in the Seymour area, and he's headed eastbound, driving through that rainfall. Now, it's east of Seymour that we have that circulation, so he's going to pop out on the other side of Seymour, approaching Mansfield, and that's going to be about where the circulation is going to be when he gets to that point. Going back to radar, I want to, again, focus on, we have 2 different areas that we're watching. We have here to the west of Mansfield, that is the circulation. So our weather watcher, storm chaser that is approaching Seymour from the west, he's located right about in there. So he's coming down Highway 60 and he's going to try to intercept this circulation that should be crossing Highway 60 over the next few minutes as it comes in from the southwest. There's another circulation, pretty prominent circulation, which has showed up. This is east of Marshfield. So you can see Highway 38. North of Highway 38 is where that circulation is. And I'm going to broaden this out. Just want to make sure that we're not missing anything else. One other area that I could see that I would watch, it kind of looks like it's heading down that road, here in Ozark County there in the Thornfield area. You can see here we have another one of these areas where it may be trying to tighten up. That's just east of Thornfield. Not under a tornado warning, but that would be maybe the next area that I would watch. That's south of Squires in the Thornfield area, tracking northeast as well. And that circulation, that possible circulation, would move into south central Douglas County. Again, that is not tornado warned. The 2 tornado warned areas that we have, one is moving into southwestern Wright County. The other one is moving across northeastern Webster County. And both of these kind of embedded in this line of severe storms. This is what that line looks like, that line of severe storms. So you can see, here's the line, you get a little nub right there, and then it drops down, you get another little nub right there. That is where we have these circulations which are showing up on radar. And then further south, I was pointing out that other area there, northeast of Thornfield, kind of has that same look. Again, you can see that little S pattern right there that kind of indicates that maybe, just maybe, we're starting to get some upper level wind energy working on that part of the line, and we may be getting a little kink that could try to develop into something. So we'll watch that spot closely. 2 tornado warned storms right now. Again, Webster County, east of Marshfield, the other one to the west of Mansfield. Going to a different radar view, just want to see, make sure I'm not missing anything with these circulations. We'll start with the northern circulation. We'll go right here. I'm going to swap this back out for our velocity data. See what that looks like. So you can see north of High Prairie, and that may be a little bit old. I feel like that's definitely a little bit old. That circulation appears to be now just west of the county line. just west of Grove Springs. So that circulation appears to be roughly right in here, east of Niangua, west of Grove Spring, and it's tracking northeast. So it's gonna continue. It looks like that circulation is gonna start moving into the northwesternmost corner. So this area right in here, that northwesternmost corner, see, we just got an updated scan. And you can see there's the circulation that we're watching right there, just to the west of Grove Spring. That's starting to move into northwestern Wright County, so it's crossing the county line. Viewers up toward Evergreen, that circulation is going to be heading in your general direction. Still west of Highway 5, it's still south of the county line, but I think in the next 5 to 10 minutes, it should be in the Evergreen area. That circulation that's currently located west of Grove Spring. The other circulation that we're watching is still to the southwest of Hartville, and that one shows up pretty prominently as well.
We should have Brian Dupree. We should have Brian, if he can hear us. Brian, can you talk to us? Can you hear us? Maybe not yet. We got the chaser in the area and trying to get an interview with him.
And yeah, because he's coming in from the west. He's coming down Highway 60, moving through Seymour, headed toward Mansfield. That circulation, though, is already north of Highway 60. It's coming in, just got an updated tornado warning with that particular circulation. So for folks around Mansfield, it looks like the tornado threat has now moved north of you. That new tornado warning remains in effect, though, for areas from Mansfield north up to Hartville, not quite to Manus, but that general corridor there from Mansfield northeast through Hartville up toward the Manus area, still under a tornado warning, and that warning remains in effect. That is through 7 o'clock this evening, I believe. No, that's the tornado watch remains in effect for that area till 7 o'clock this evening. So let me see if I can get the updated information here. Yes, that warning in effect through 5:15. So we've got another 16 minutes on that tornado warning. And in the latest report on it, 60-mile-per-hour movement. That tornado circulation, that possible tornado, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. So very fast-moving circulation, like we've seen really up and down this line. That is going to take it pretty quickly into the Hartville area. So this is roughly the track that it's going to take. Should be in Hartville in under 10 minutes. Roughly 5:07 this evening is when that circulation will move through the Hartville area. Would be up near Grimes Mill in less than 15 minutes, and near the Manus area, probably northwest of Manus, in under 20 minutes. Looks like we just got an update on the tornado warning to the north, kind of cleaning up the southwestern edge of that now that it's starting to make its way into northwestern Wright County. We'll take that off. It looks like that circulation now is it's right on top of the county line. It looks like it is now, it's moving through northwestern Wright County. So the circulation, here's Grove Spring, that circulation appears to be roughly about in here. Still located south of the county line, still located south of Evergreen, south of Laclede County, but the circulation is now in northwesternmost Wright County, will remain to the northwest of Grove Spring. We'll continue to track northeast, though. So places like Pease, and I apologize if I said that incorrectly, but areas from that location northeast up toward Evergreen, that is going to be the track that circulation will take over the next 10 minutes. It should be in the Evergreen area in under 10 minutes from now. So if you're watching from Evergreen, point south of Evergreen near Highway 5, take action, get into your tornado safe space. Possible tornado moving through your communities over the next 5 to 10 minutes. That is a very fast-moving storm, doesn't give you much time to prepare. Moving northeast, I believe 55 miles per hour. The storm further south that is located north of Mansfield, at least the circulation north of Mansfield, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. So with that, I want to make sure that we're tracking from the right spots. Looks like that circulation is located right about in there. And I don't have enough ground. I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. So that circulation located, just looking at a new scan coming in, not too far away from Hartville. Not too far away from Hartville, maybe just to the east-southeast of Hartville is where that circulation is currently located. And that, it's moving, again, northeast at 60. So, it's going to be in the Hartville area within minutes. From there, it looks like it would track up toward Manus in about 15 minutes from now, about 5:17. Plato in a little over 25 minutes, roughly 5:28 this afternoon, which is 25 minutes from now. That circulation, again, still showing up very clearly on radar. I'm going to make sure that we're not missing out on anything. Let's see, I'm going to look at Springfield. Matt, well, I know you just stepped in. If you see anything, I just go through chat and see if anything has come in.
Yeah, one thing I see is people on Highway 60 mentioned that they saw circulation, no visible tornado, but winds were intense. People in Ava reporting that they don't have power. I'm scrolling through. Fast winds are really this kind of main thing that we have to get tree down in a mobile home in Rockaway Beach in Taney County, Missouri. So that's not with what we're dealing with now, but what pushed in earlier. I'm also seeing barn damage in Webster County. It looks like part of the roof just completely got hit.
So where in Webster was that?
Webster County, Highway 38.
Was it, I guess, was it near, so okay, Webster County and Highway 38. That would have been with that more northerly circulation, I think, the one that's currently located up near Grove Spring or northwest of Grove Spring.
The roof of that barn got pretty much ripped off and it's thrown across the road. That's what happened in Webster County. I have a video
I'm
of
wondering,
that.
Matt, what they think about, looks like a CC drop there to the east of Hartville with that more southerly tornadic circulation, and what the Weather Service is thinking about that.
Let me,
again, it's a little messy, but it seems to coincide with roughly where that circulation is and has been. It looks like it's fading now, but
yep, that last scan looks better where it started to go away. That kind of potential debris ball is disappearing on scans.
So yeah, I'm wondering if what the Weather Service thought about that is it was kind of coming up from the southwest of Hartville and then east of Hartville. Whether or not we were looking at maybe a CC drop in that. We were looking at a CC drop. The question is whether or not it was associated with a tornado touchdown. Which we don't know at this moment. But again, we're really still watching, and I'm going to go again back down to the south here. We don't have a tornado warning yet, but if you are watching from southeast of Ava, east of Squires, this area right in here, that's north of Highway 95, east of Highway 5. Those are the same features that we've been watching that have become tornado warned. So I would not be surprised if easternmost or southeasternmost Douglas County into eastern Douglas County, if that doesn't get tornado warned, just based on what I'm seeing right there.
I'm trying to see if he has damage in front of him. If we can pull up Brian Dupree's shot on the web. Also, if we can interview him, I'd love to do that too. But his shot, you look at that, is that potentially a roof that's down? I'd love to talk to him. You kind of see further off to the right, Jamie. I'm trying to make out if he's found damage in that area or.
It's really hard to see. I mean, there's so much rain coming down. The visibility's not very good in that one particular spot where he's at. So.
And once again, he's in the Seymour area. Last I heard, he was on Highway 60, and I imagine he's pulled off.
Yeah, I know that circulation passed east of Seymour along Highway 60. So, really, it was that stretch between Seymour and Mansfield is where that circulation crossed. So, if he is that far east, maybe he did find some damage. We'll just have to wait and see what Brian has to say about that. At this point, at this stage, we still have 2 tornado warned storms. One is now moving out of, looks like it's now getting out of Wright County. Looks like it's crossing the line. That circulation very close to Highway 5, south of Evergreen. That's one circulation right on top of the county line. That's north of Grove Spring. The other circulation that we're watching appears to be pretty close to the Hartville area, maybe just east of Hartville. That's in Wright County. So just east of Hartville and Wright County is a second circulation that we're watching right now. Another circulation that we're watching is near the Gentryville area. Now, it's not tornado warned, but it may be on the way. We are definitely seeing a tightening on radar in that area. So I'm going to go back to that. I know it's not tornado warned, but we are seeing a tightening on radar right now just to the southwest of Gentryville. So if you live in and around Gentryville, again, just a heads up, something may be trying to develop to your southwest. And we're going to watch that closely to see if it becomes tornado warned. That risk is certainly there this afternoon, just about the entire area under a tornado watch. And this line is going to have that capability of producing these quick circulations that can come and go very quickly. So we could see tornado development come very quickly out of this line of severe storms. Currently we have 2 tornado warned circulations. One is now moving into Laclede County. So this is Highway 5. That circulation was located pretty close to the county line. They were very close to Highway 5, moving northeast. Looks like it was south of Evergreen, southeast of Lebanon. The other circulation that we're watching is to the northeast of Mansfield. So Hartville located right here. That circulation appears to be just east of Hartville. That circulation appears to be pretty close to Highway 38. I know that Matt mentioned that there was some damage along Highway 38. I don't know specifically where that damage was to kind of correlate it with the circulation that we're finding right now. But there has been some spotty damage reported over southwest Missouri this afternoon with this line of severe storms. Again, right now we have still 2 tornado warned storms. One, the circulation is moving into southern Laclede County. It's very close to Highway 5. That appears to be a bit weaker. The other circulation that we're watching right now is in Wright County, east of Hartville. That one appears to be pretty broad in nature. I don't see a real tight couplet. I think if we've got something there trying to develop, it's located there. Let's see here. I'll show you what I see. If there's still something trying to develop, it's going to be located right about so this is Highway 38, that little rise in Highway 38, right about in there. That's approximately where there is a tightening, very close to Highway 38. So that's going to be another kind of suspect area that we're watching. That's really a little east-northeast of Hartville. Just kind of scaling that out. Looks like maybe 4 to 5 miles to the east-northeast of Hartville is where we're still tracking a circulation with that particular thunderstorm. And again, we have 2 that we're watching closely because they are tornado warned, but there is another circulation that we're keeping close tabs on, and that is to the west or just southwest of Gentryville. That one appears to be tightening up. In fact, getting a new scan, that circulation is now northeast of Gentryville, and it really does appear to be tightening up. So residents north of Highway 14, east of Highway 95, that is approximately this area right in here. That's kind of that triangle where we're looking at a circulation right now. Looks like we do have a tornado warning. I think one just came in for that particular circulation. Yep, new tornado warning. Yep.
National Weather Service issues that warning. They're also saying they're going to expire the tornado warning that goes into Laclede County.
Okay, so new tornado warning. I can say that looks like the circulation is just northeast of Gentryville. With this new tornado warning, Gentryville is technically under the tornado warning, but I think the tornado risk is now just northeast of Gentryville. And it is tracking off to the northeast. It looks like 55 miles per hour. And that's what we've seen with these circulations, roughly 55 to 60 mile per hour movement, which is very fast. It just, when they're moving that fast, you just don't have a lot of time to react. So let's track that. That's roughly the ground that circulation is going to cover. Gentryville is located right there. You can see Van Zant located kind of on the western edge of this cone. I think that circulation is going to track right up this area. So I think it's going to be near the Van Zant area in about 10 minutes. From there, it would be up near Kabul. So I think we're going to see this circulation cross into Texas County up toward Kabul in about, looks like maybe about 20 minutes or so from now. So watching, again, a new circulation near Gentryville, tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour, roughly in the direction of Van Zant and then Kabul over the next 10 to 30 minutes. So it would be near the Van Zant area in 10 minutes, and it would be near the Kabul area in about 25 minutes. I'm going to clear that out. I mean, this has been one of those circulations that it's a little bit more focused. So kind of zooming in, and again, this is a bit old. I hate that.
Circulations that we've seen in quite some time. Also hearing trees there down into the Ava region. This is kind of where that line of thunderstorms was just previously. Good rotation that we have here, and it's getting closer to Van Zant. That's kind of the next area that I think is going to be impacted by this. So
it tightened up pretty close to Buckhart. Looks like that circulation is now east of Drury, south-southeast of Van Zant. So we're going to get a new scan here, hopefully. I'm going to swap this out. We're going to go back to radar. This has been updating a little bit faster, but even this looks a little bit old. You can see Buckhart, just looking on an off-camera radar view that I've got. It's updating a little bit faster. It looks like that circulation is now roughly here. A little north of Buckhart, a little bit east of Drury. That's pretty close to Highway 95. I think it is just east of Highway 95. So still tracking a potentially tornadic circulation. Just got an updated radar scan right there. You can see this little nub right there. That is approximately where that circulation is located, just east of Drury to the northeast of Buckhart, tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. It looks like it will get pretty close to the Van Zant area. I think it may stay just east of Highway 95 and stay just east of Van Zant based on its current motion.
Another tornado warning, Jamie. Further off into the north, this goes into Texas County, parts of Wright County, even just a little bit of Laclede County. With I imagine this is also going to be going northeast at 55. That's what most of these have been going for today.
Yeah, and looking at for a circulation that's currently located back over Lamar, just northeast of Lamar, that is tracking northeast at about 55 miles per hour. So again, if you're watching us, you live in the northwestern corner of Cedar County. This is just north and west of Stockton Lake, but that northwestern corner of Cedar County, including the El Dorado Springs area, you are now under a tornado warning. Again, the area that we're currently watching is still to your southwest. It's that circulation right there, that circulation which is now just northeast of Lamar, tracking northeast at roughly 55 miles per hour. In fact, looks like that forward movement is actually faster than that, 60 mile per hour forward movement. Again, that circulation just northeast of Lamar, tracking northeast at 60 miles per hour. Folks, if you live in northwestern Cedar County, please take action. This storm still a little ways away to your southwest, but it is moving very, very quickly. And just kind of timing this out, looks like it will make its way into northwestern Cedar County in over the next half an hour or so. So let's see if we have enough. There we go, right? It's tracking roughly along this corridor right there. So some ETAs for you. Milford at about 2:52 this afternoon. Montevideo at 3:02 this afternoon, Pacetown at 3:06, and it looks like that circulation may be pretty close to El Dorado Springs. I think based on the current trajectory, it may stay just to the south and southeast, but it would be near El Dorado Springs at 3:13 this afternoon. So we're sitting at 2:46. It looks like in under a half an hour, the risk of a tornado moving near the El Dorado Springs area. Areas further south, down across northwestern Cedar County, I would say over the next, it looks like 15 to 30 minutes, risk of a tornado moving through your area. Again, this is just one circulation that we're watching within the line. As we broaden out that view, you can see we've got warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, up and down this line of severe storms. The concern is for very strong straight line winds, but within this line we are finding some circulations that are tornadic. We have the one that's currently moving toward northwestern Cedar County, but we also have a circulation located to the south of Fayetteville. Also watching that storm over Fayetteville right now. It kind of has that look. I bring this up just because I want to give folks a heads up. If you live in Carroll County, the risk of severe weather is going to be coming for your area in about the next, I would say, 15 to 30 minutes, getting into maybe western Carroll County. And again, there is at least one tornado warned cell with that part of the line that would be approaching Carroll County from the southwest. Again, right now we have a tornado warned storm, though, just to the southwest of Cedar County, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Again, it looks like it would be in the El Dorado Springs vicinity at around 3:10 this afternoon. Currently, that circulation is located just northeast of Lamar. At this stage of the game, we haven't really, we've had some reports near areas like Carl Junction of some damage. I don't know if that was tornadic, but the circulation did move across that area. So we've already had a little bit of damage associated with this portion of the line that is tracking northeast at 60 miles per hour. I'm going to swap this out for our velocity data so we can see again what this looks like. And we've gotten into this before, but sometimes the data can get a little bit dated. That what we're showing you right now, it looks like that circulation is very close to Milford. In fact, we just got a new scan in. This looks to be pretty spot on as to what it is right now. So you can see that circulation right here near the Milford area. That's what we're worried about. This is what we're worried about for the possibility of a tornado. That circulation, again, is tracking northeast. It will move very close to Milford, and then it will head up toward northwestern Cedar County over the next 15 or 20 minutes. So just looking at some of the data that we have, that circulation has really tightened up. I mean, it's not just this level of the atmosphere that we're looking at, but throughout the atmosphere where that thunderstorm is located, looks like it's really tightened up. In this vicinity, very close to the Milford area. I think just northwest of Milford is where that risk of a tornado is at this stage of the game. Just kind of highlight, if you live in Cedar County or Dade County, you probably know some of the roads that I may be listing right now. And right now that circulation between Sheldon and Milford, or to the south of Bellamy, located southwest of Zodiac, just some roads in the vicinity, and these are, of course, these are rural areas rural areas. So some of these county roads are maybe not super or kind of nondescript. Northeast 80th Road. Looking to see if I can get more of a north-south route to pop in for me. Looks like, again, that circulation located near Northeast 80th Road or Northeast 90th Road, and that would be northwest of Milford. It's tracking northeast at 60 miles per hour. Looks like it will probably move pretty close to Montevideo, and then from there it would track into northwestern Cedar County. So we've still got a little bit of time. If you're watching from Jericho Springs, I think this potential tornado will stay just to your west and northwest. But areas up Highway 97 up toward El Dorado Springs, that looks to be the corridor that this possible tornado will take. Now I say possible because at this stage of the game we don't have any verification that there is a tornado on the ground. This is currently a radar indicated tornado. Again, just kind of looking at other sections of the line, make sure we're not missing anything further south. That appears to be the one circulation that we're watching. Looks like there may be another little circulation there to the east of Neosho. Currently it's just severe warned, not tornado warned. And we're also watching a tornado warned storm to the south of Fayetteville that will make its way up toward the Huntsville area, and then if it maintains itself, could threaten Carroll County in maybe 30 or 45 minutes. So we're watching not just the one tornadic circulation here southwest of Cedar County. We're trying to keep an eye on everything. This is a line of severe storms that extends from the Casey area down into western Arkansas. And you know, these aren't like individual thunderstorms like we've seen at times this past spring. This is more of a line. See if I can get this out of the way a little bit. This is more of a line of thunderstorms, and within this line, what makes it kind of tricky is we're probably going to see these little circulations develop, and they may develop very quickly and then fade very quickly. So your response time may not be all that high as this line is moving into your area. So this is going to be one of those afternoons, even if you're under just a severe thunderstorm warning. We want you to go indoors, be in a safe spot in your home, because at the very least, there's going to be a risk of lightning, and there's also going to be a risk of damaging straight line winds. In Barry County, that warning, it looks like we just got a new tornado warning, and that is for Lawrence County. So we have 2 tornado warned storms that we're watching in our area. One in Cedar County approaching from the southwest, and also now a new warning, and this is for Lawrence County. This clips the very northwestern corner of Barry County. That warning, and we were talking about that circulation. There it is right there. That circulation located just east of Neosho, and that is tracking northeast and looks like it will make its way into Lawrence County over the next 15 minutes. So we've got now 2 tornado warned storms in our area. One approaching Cedar County from the southwest, and another one approaching Lawrence County from the southwest. If you live in El Dorado Springs, you're under a tornado warning. If you live in in areas near Mount Vernon or west of Mount Vernon, you're also under a tornado warning with a new circulation that's developed just east of Neosho. Matt is also watching these storms with me this afternoon to keep you updated as to what's happening as this line quickly moves through our area. So Matt's going to be watching for reports of any damage.
And Jamie, let me jump in right now, because I'm starting to get some reports right now. Multiple power poles down in Galena. There was a barn damage over in Jasper. It's fast winds that we have to deal with. Of course, we have those 2 tornado warnings right now, but we're getting wind speeds about 60 to 70 miles per hour. That's tornadic winds. Now, we only have 2 places where those winds are in a tight rotation, but straight line winds are going to be an issue for really everyone. Everyone has to deal with this line of thunderstorms. The Storm Prediction Center, or rather the Storm Prediction Center just put out a mesoscale discussion. They're saying, hey, we could see some, not just tornadoes, but powerful tornadoes. They're kind of highlighting tornadoes that could be EF2, EF3 tornadoes once we really get through this evening. I do want to stress, I think the majority of people tonight have to deal with this line of thunderstorms. It's going to get closer into the Springfield area, probably more than an hour from now, if not 90 minutes from now. But this line of thunderstorms is going to continue to march really west to east across our viewing area. And once you're on the backside of this line, you're going to be good for the night. But it's a very short duration that you have to deal with. It's going to be a very intense, 15, 20, 30 minutes of downpours, of hail, of fast winds, and then calmer conditions are going to be waiting for you. So 2 tornado warnings in Missouri right now, one that's just south of Fayetteville. I think we can expect to see more, Jamie, and I think it's going to be, we're going to be on for probably quite some time with continuous coverage.
We apologize. I know we're interrupting, you know, maybe some TV viewing that people are interested in, but we've got to get this information out. And we're probably, as Matt said, it looks like now we're at the beginning stages of this line of severe storms moving in. We're probably going to be on for the next several hours covering this severe weather event. The tornado warned storm, the new one, the new warning that just came in, and this is for a cell near Newtonia. This is southeast of Granby, west-southwest of the Pierce City area. That cell, again, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. And here's some arrival times based on where the circulation is, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Looks like it'll be in the Sarcoxie area at about 3:10 this afternoon, Stotts City at about 3:17, and near Red Oak at about 3:23. Just kind of going over when we're highlighting the path of these circulations, this cone right here, each shading, that's red, orange, yellow, each shading is 10 minutes. So that's 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, just to give you some reference if you live within this cone that I've drawn out, just to give you some reference as to how quickly we expect that circulation to be in your area. Again, this is just one of a couple of circulations that are tracking currently into the viewing area. Further south, there's another cell, again, that we've been watching. That's southeast of Fayetteville. but we may see additional circulations quickly develop in other areas of this line. We have a broad warning which extends, severe, basically this entire line of thunderstorms is severe warned. And I'm going to guess, but I think that probably all of the severe thunderstorm warnings come with that tornado possible tag, or nearly every one of them. Because we're now in a scenario, now that we have a line of thunderstorms, these aren't individual thunderstorms, but a line of thunderstorms. Now that we have that, we could see circulations very quickly develop and then fade away. Now this one circulation to the north that is currently approaching Cedar County, I'm going to have to clear that out. That one circulation to the north, that one is has persisted. We've been tracking that one for probably about an hour, I would say, Matt, right?
We were tracking that since it was in Kansas. And then it came across Joplin, really went to Carl Junction. Carl Junction was another area that we also had damage reports, and this one has been persistent. Fast winds and really producing that damage, and I don't see signs of it letting up. Maybe that rotation isn't as tight as what it was earlier, but it's still persistent.
Yeah, it looks a little bit broad, but I think right now I would say too that there is going to be, even if we don't have a circulation per se, and I'm going to switch this over to our velocity data. Even if we don't have like a tight circulation, and it's still there. I mean, you can see this between Milford and Montevideo to the west of Jericho Springs. This area right here, we're still at the very least likely finding some damaging straight line winds making it down to the surface between Jericho Springs and Montevideo. And that area of stronger winds and potential wind damage is going to continue to track now northeast into western and then northwestern Cedar County. So we're finding that circulation now moving into southwestern Cedar County. It looks like it will stay just northwest of Jericho Springs. Looks like we got an update on the warning now that the circulation is in Cedar County. That circulation is going to continue to track roughly like this. So it looks like it's going to be crossing over Highway 97, Holly, I would say in the next 10 minutes. And then from there, it will continue northwest of Stockton. And I think we may find that circulation stay just to the southeast of El Dorado Springs. But areas between El Dorado Springs and Stockton, watch for this possibility of a tornado. Again, this is radar indicated at this stage. Watch for this possibility of a tornado, possibility of damaging winds to move through your area between El Dorado Springs and Stockton and Jericho Springs. That's kind of the triangle right now that we're really most concerned about with this particular cell. And this is just one of a couple of different tornado warned cells within the line. We've still got this circulation located to the west of Pierce City. It doesn't look quite as dramatic as the other one, but you can see it right there to the east of Ritchie, southwest of Wentworth. This is the circulation that we're watching right there to the west of Pierce City. It's tracking northeast at 55 miles per hour. It's not yet into Lawrence County, but I would guess in the next 10 minutes or so it'll cross over across the county line into southwestern Lawrence County and will be located just east of Wentworth within 10 minutes from now. It looks like it's also kind of tracking in the general direction of Stotts City. So if you live north of Pierce City up towards Stotts City, kind of looking at some of the different communities in that area, you got Dry Valley, Clarkson. These are some small communities to the east of Sarcoxie, southwest of Stotts City. This is going to be the general corridor that it looks like this circulation and potential wind damage and possible tornado is going to take over the next 20 to 30 minutes. So that's where we are right now. I mean, we've got a line of severe storms moving now east into the area. We've got a circulation located up here to the west of Stockton Lake. We've also got, I'll clear that out, we've also got a circulation here just to the west of Monette. That is just west of Pierce City. And so both of these are now beginning to make their way into our viewing area. Southwest from there, another area that we're watching is, and it looks like that tornado warning has been lifted, but there was a circulation that was located to the south of Fayetteville that we were watching as well. But it looks like that tornado warning is lifted, but that's not to say that we couldn't see another circulation quickly develop. And I just want to point that out because that line should be getting into Carroll County here shortly. And we'll go back over to radar because it can maybe be a little bit easier to see what's going on. But you can see how that line does extend south. This is down toward areas southeast of Fort Smith where there is a tornado warning with a cell. Line of thunderstorms extending northeast of Rogers now. Line of severe thunderstorms now getting into Berry County and still west of Cassville, still west of Washburn and Purdy, but should be moving into those communities here shortly. Watch for the possibility of damaging wind with that line. That line moving northeast very quickly as well. I believe 55 to 60 miles per hour. Tornado warned circulation moving now. This is into western Lawrence County. Looks like that circulation is now moving into new warning, well, updated warning right there for areas from Sarcoxie east to Mount Vernon. Here along I-44, that circulation again, we were watching it. Let's see where it is currently. It is currently located just north of Wentworth, it looks like, maybe just north of Wentworth, and it is traveling northeast at 55 miles per hour. So that is going to, I think that's going to take it, that should take it east of Sarcoxie. It looks like that circulation, again, just north of Wentworth to the southwest of Dry Valley and southwest of Clarkson. Moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Circulation further north, still located to the south of El Dorado Springs. As we pan our view up the line, still looks like we've got a circulation within that line to the east of Montevideo and south. Looks like it's almost due south of El Dorado Springs. I think if you're watching from El Dorado Springs, I think the tornado threat with that part of the line is going to stay just here southeast. It does look like, though, it will continue to track in the general direction of, say, Roscoe, which is not currently tornado warned. Roscoe's just northeast of the tornado warning polygon. But again, I just kind of want to give like another bigger community that is in the general path of this possible tornado. Go ahead, Matt.
If I could speak to our producer for a second, Becky, if we could go to the MoDOT camera in El Dorado Springs, where this is about to come in, you can start to see really just the amount of rain that's coming in. If there is a tornado, it is going to be rain wrapped. This is not going to be a situation where you can sit on your front porch and see that tornado coming for miles. It is going to be on top of you before you notice where it is. There's kind of the look at El Dorado. I believe we're looking west, Jamie, from kind of the center of town.
We saw that earlier too as it was moving through the downstream casino area. I mean, just blinding downpours. And Matt's giving you some great advice. Don't try to look at this as it's moving through. At the very least, you're going to get soaking wet. I mean, these circulations are wrapped in very heavy rainfall. So you're not going to see, or you're very likely not going to see, if there was a tornado, you're not going to see it. And it can be very, very dangerous because you've just got this wall of rain with very low visibility, and then all of a sudden the wind goes crazy as the tornado moves through. Again, watching a couple of different, if you're just joining us right now, we have two tornado warned circulations within a long line of severe thunderstorms, which is now east of I-49. So here's our line of severe thunderstorms, squall line. This will continue to push east across our area throughout the afternoon. If you're watching here along Highway 65, we're sitting at 3 o'clock. I expect that line of severe storms to be approaching Highway 65 by roughly 3:30 to 3:45 this afternoon, and should be moving through areas like Nixa, Ozark, Springfield, south down toward Branson, north up toward Bolivar. Should be moving through those communities by about 4 o'clock this afternoon, or maybe just ahead of 4 o'clock this afternoon. So again, kind of a heads up, we're not warned along Highway 65 just yet, but we'll likely see severe thunderstorm warnings get issued for areas along Highway 65 over the next half an hour, and there could be some potential for tornadic weather. We're under a tornado watch that's through this afternoon, and right now within the line we have a couple of circulations that do appear to be tornadic. One moving into Cedar County, are moving through western Cedar County, another one moving into western Lawrence County. So we'll start first with that one. Again, the circulation now appears to be fully in western Cedar County. It looks like, just trying to, we've got some communities, some smaller communities in the vicinity of that circulation. Olympia appears to be just south of the circulation. Virgil City looks to be just west of that circulation, and Pacetown looks to be just east of that circulation. The other circulation that we're tracking further south, now getting into western Lawrence County, appears to be now northeast of Wentworth. Let's see how that one looks on radar. And it,
Let me jump
go
in
ahead.
for a second, because there's sirens going off in Aurora right now. I want to be clear, there's no tornado threat in Aurora at this moment. I don't know why they're going off in Aurora yet. I can't promise you if you're in Aurora you won't get a tornado in an hour or so, but the threat is still about a county away from you guys. So the sirens going off in Aurora, I think that's a little bit too premature. You still have a little bit of time. It's really kind of, the thunderstorms right now haven't even made it to Monette. So still some time before Aurora, and there's probably people hearing the sirens and flipping on the channel right now saying, oh, what's going on? I wanted to make sure that's clear to the people watching into that area. You will get these thunderstorms. It's just not yet. That kind of rotation is to the north of it and still a little bit of a ways.
And it's important to, make that known. I mean, the operators for these civil defense sirens or storm sirens, whatever you want to call them, it's at their discretion, and they may have general rules. And the warning that is in effect for Aurora is a severe thunderstorm warning that comes with the possibility of winds up to 70 miles per hour. So I think, a lot of times, even here in the Springfield area, once the operators, once a warning is issued indicating wind speeds of potentially 70 miles per hour or in excess of 70 miles per hour, a lot of times they will go ahead and sound the sirens. So that may be why the sirens are being sounded in the Aurora area. Again, this is a dangerous line of thunderstorms because outside of the possibility of tornadoes, we're likely going to have some damaging straight line winds. I think wind gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour will be very common within this line, and there are probably going to be some pockets where wind gusts of 60 to 70 miles per hour will occur. And now that trees have really begun to leaf out, unlike what we saw maybe back in late March or middle of March or even into early April, now there's a lot more surface area for these winds to grab a hold of, and we may see more limb damage or even tree damage, trees getting knocked over, versus what we would have seen a month ago when there were no leaves on the trees. So we could get some wind damage out of this line, certainly as it's pushing east across the area. These storms are very fast moving. Moving northeast at roughly 55 to 65 miles per hour. The line itself, though, isn't moving that fast, but it looks like based on, and I'll go ahead and loop this. This is the last hour. You can see over the last hour, that line of severe thunderstorms has cleared about one row of counties, one north-south row of counties. So it looks like based on that, we're going to see this line basically moving across a row of counties every hour. So I would say probably in an hour to hour and a half, we should have that line of severe storms right on top of Highway 65, if not just east of Highway 65 at that point. Looks like the tornado warning for areas near Monette has been lifted. But we still have a tornado warning for areas to the north, up near Stockton Lake, northwest of Stockton Lake.
We did get kind of words from him, and he said the wind was, his exact words, insanely intense as he's been driving through this. He's closer to the Kabul area, and you can start to see the rain is really letting up. It was a very strong punch, as what a lot of people are experiencing. It's a quick burst of thunderstorm activity for 15, 20 minutes, and then it starts to let back up, and appears that we're losing his feed. There he goes. It's kind of spotty, and he is driving in a rural area, sending that signal back to us. So appreciate for him for providing that live shot to us. Just that one tornado warning that we have to watch out for, Jamie, and still the thunderstorms are pushing through. We still have that threat. Things are starting to definitely get quieter on the backside of that line. I'm trying to pull up the quad box if we can, and we can kind of pull up Max 2, and yeah, pull up Max 2 if we can, and look at the quad box for what's going on in Springfield, what's going on west of Joplin. It is sunny. It looks like a beautiful, it looks like a nice day where you can go out, have your Easter egg hunt. Like it never happened. No, think there's a raindrop on the camera. If that was kind of cleared off, it would look just as beautiful as well. But Raleigh is still in that area where they kind of have those overcast skies, that rain, that threat. But clearing skies, calm conditions is what you're going to deal with once you're on the backside of this cold front, the backside of this line of storms. It's looking beautiful in Springfield. Big improvement there. It's areas that are really along Highway 63 and further off into the east that got to get this last little push through. And we'll be blessed with a lot nicer. A sunny and 70 is what's going to be waiting for us on Monday.
Yeah, and that tornado warning in southern Texas County, I mean, that runs for 3 more minutes. It runs through 5:45. So we're going to stay with it. The circulation, though, I can tell you that the circulation has weakened. It looks like it's maybe just north of the tornado warning that's currently in effect. So really, for all intents and purposes, I mean, we could probably go ahead and say that where the tornado warning is, the threat's over with. The circulation is now located a little east-northeast of Kabul. I do want to point out, though, there is another circulation showing up, and that is down near Dora. This is along Highway 181. This is looks like just to the southeast of Dora. That is another circulation. It's not very strong, but I want to point that out because this is what we've seen this afternoon. They kind of start off with this look, and then they intensify, and a warning gets issued. So I just kind of want to highlight, you know, maybe here's the next circulation that we're going to have to track, but that is to the southeast of Richville, to the south of Hebron. This is close to Highway 14. It looks like that circulation is now east of Highway 181, very close to Highway 14, tracking northeast, and that is in southeastern Douglas County. So that's going to be an area that we watch. Not tornado warned at this time, but if you are watching from areas in northeastern Ozark County into southeastern Douglas County, that may be a spot to watch. I believe we can go back to Brian right now. I think he's in Kabul.
I don't know if we have it set up right now, but we had his live shot earlier, and we really want to get kind of a phone or interview with Brian, who's been out chasing this, and he's been seeing really what's been impacting. Positive news right now, no tornado warnings at this time. All of them have expired. That does not mean that we're completely in the clear, especially areas that are really east of Highway 63, but no tornado warnings at this time, so that's a positive note.
And so with that, I mean, so currently there are no tornado warnings in our area. We still have severe thunderstorm warnings, basically north to south along the length of this line. Expect blinding rain for a short period of time. Expect lightning. Expect strong winds of at least 50 miles per hour. But it looks like the tornado threat has waned for at least the time being. Again, I do want to highlight there's still one, at least at this moment, there still appears to be a bit of a circulation with this portion of the line coming across southeastern Douglas County into northwestern Howell County. Looks like that'd be north of Siloam Springs. So I'll watch that. Any additional tornado warnings, we're going to hop right back on and give you that information. But for now, I think we can go back to regular programming.
This is an Ozarks First severe weather update.